Welcome back, my magical star beings. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what they secretly crave. So in question 1, we're going to take a look at what they secretly crave from you but never say. Question 2 is what kind of love they deeply desire but fear asking for. Then question 3 is what they wish you understood about their heart. And then we'll take a look at zodiacs and initials. So in terms of your pal selection, you can either pick your pile based off their zodiac sign, which is in the thumbnail, or the pile you're most drawn to. So for pile 1, we have Thunder Egg with the Knight of Cups. Then for pile 2, we have Rose Quartz with the Empress. And for pile 3, we have Dream Amethyst with the Two of Cups. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. So hopefully by now you've picked your pile. The sponsored segment of the video is going to come up now in a few seconds. So if you want to support the channel and watch the ad, I do appreciate it. But if you want to go straight into the reading, the timestamps are in the description box below and then I'll see you there. I'll try to be as accurate as I can, but it is a bit tricky when reading for the collective. If you want something more personal, you can always check in with the psychic for a more in-depth description. Speaking of which, I tried a clairvoyant from Psychic Source, and yes, they're sponsoring today's video. Thank you, Psychic Source. I got matched with a clairvoyant through their site, and honestly, I wasn't expecting her to be that accurate. I gave her no personal info, just asked about my future love life, and somehow she instantly picked up that I'm already in a relationship. She literally said, "Why are you asking about the future without mentioning him?" I was literally speechless, but then I remembered that's kind of what I do too. Still a shocking experience to be on the receiving end of it. She described my future partner as someone who makes me really happy, with great communication and a bond that can handle anything. But the part that really stuck with me, she said she saw my future husband giving me purple flowers. A few weeks later, nothing happened, so I kind of forgot about it. Then we saw a tattoo promo on Instagram. My boyfriend sent me his ideas so I can book, and boom, a purple flower. Not a bouquet, but I'm definitely taking that as a sign. You can chat with gifted advisors however you're most comfortable, phone, video, or even text. Setting up my account on their website was super easy, and they have this quick little quiz that helps you find a psychic based on what you're looking for, whether it's love, past lives, energy readings, whatever. It made the whole process really personal and intentional. What sets them apart is the level of care and integrity. Only 2% of their applicants actually become advisors, so you know you're speaking to someone who's truly gifted and held to high ethical standards. And they back everything up with a no risk guarantee. If you're not happy with your last paid reading, it's free. For a limited time, you can use my code Siren at psychicsource.com when checking out, or you can just click the link in my description box below at trypsychicsource.com/siren. You'll get up to 40 minutes with an advisor for just $19.80. That's up to a $240 value. You don't have to use it all in one session. You can spread those minutes out across multiple advisors to see who you truly resonate with. They also donate 1% of your purchase to charity at no extra cost to you. Oh, and yes, I do get paid for this promo, so when you sign up with Psychic Source, you're feeding a perpetually hungry, slightly dramatic psychic, that'd be me, and funding my next impulsive crystal purchase. As you can see, the channel needs some new crystals. But that's all for now. Thank you again to Psychic Source for sponsoring today's video. Pile 1, you chose the Thunder Egg Crystal and the Knight of Cups card. We're going to take a look at what they secretly crave. We are starting your reading off at 1111. That angel number may be significant for some of you. So Spirit Guides of Pile 1, what does the person on Pile 1's mind secretly crave but never say? What does the person on Pile 1's mind secretly crave but never say? What do they secretly crave but never say? So we have the Sun card showing up next. We have the Devil card. And we have the Six of Wands showing up reverse. So far I see that this person is a romantic at heart. They kind of have this intensity about them with the way they feel about you. And they're the type of person that kind of wants you to obsess over them the same way they obsess over you. They want like some kind of like reciprocal obsession. And they secretly crave romance. Whether you already giving that or not, like that's what they secretly crave. They secretly crave to feel happy in this connection and for you to feel happy. Not that they don't already feel happy, but that's what they secretly crave. And there's almost like this feeling of, I want you to love me for me, not for what I can give you or for what I have or for what I look like. So the Six of Wands reverse is about taking the ego out of love and looking at the soul. That's how I'm perceiving this card in this scenario intuitively. So I'm getting this energy of them just finding you so cute and kind of like wanting to express that to you all the time, wanting to cuddle all the time, be affectionate, show you love as well. Kisses, affection. They maybe even like want to make you laugh, make you smile. And I see this person kind of being selfless in a way, like doing little things to make you happy. Even if it like takes time out of their day, they're going to do that for you just to make you happy. So that's what they secretly crave. They just want both of you to feel happy in this connection and for that spark to never disappear. There is a lot of lust with the Devil card here, so that's possibly them also wanting some sexual things. I'm not going to get into that, but yeah. The Knight of Swords. What do they secretly crave but never say? The Tower. And the King of Pentacles. So if you and this person have had issues in your connection, they do secretly crave healing in your connection with the Star, for you both to come together and heal and find hope even where it feels like it's falling apart with the Tower. Otherwise, if you don't have problems in your connection, then I could read this as them kind of feeling the need to heal themselves and to sort of like work on maybe shadow traits or the parts of themselves they know they need to work on. So they want to heal in your connection. King of Pentacles could also be about wanting to spoil you, but not have you expect that from them or only love them because of that, with the Six of Wands reverse opposite that. It's like, I do want to spoil you with my money. I do want to like take you out on dinner dates, whatever it is. But I don't want you to only love me because of that. That's the energy with these two cards opposite one another. And we could read this the other way, where they would want to be spoiled by you, but maybe not want to use you or take advantage of that, but just like be spoiled in that way. Like, for example, buying each other gifts and it being very sentimental. Maybe even like paying a little bit more to buy you that gift because they just care. They want to like, you know, give you something special, even if it means paying a lot more for you. They do want to take more action towards you with the Knight of Swords. And there's something about them almost feeling like, I want to be able to just do the things I want to do without overthinking it too much, without overthinking what you're going to like or what you're not going to like. Because I see this person kind of like sometimes overthinking like, oh, should I say this or not? Because I'm afraid like they won't like what I say. Or should I do this or not? Because I'm afraid they won't like it. Like, should I buy this gift for them or not? I'm afraid they won't like it. They want to just be able to just do those things without thinking too much. So we have the Star, which we did speak about, healing and hope. And we have the Six of Swords with the Four of Swords. So most of all, they crave peace within your connection. They know that sometimes maybe they are flawed, that they can sometimes be difficult to deal with, and that's why they want to heal. Because the Devil can also talk about toxicity, but them wanting to heal and change that within themselves. I feel like there's almost something about like them wanting to be at peace with themselves, but also at peace within the relationship and wanting you to feel peace within the connection, not have any drama, not have any toxicity, and just, have hope that things are gonna happen the way they want it to. The star here talks about certain wishes they have, and the wishes they have are for both of you to be happy and for both of you to be at peace in this connection. And for this connection to change in the best possible way, not that they're not already happy with where it's at currently, but change for the better. Like continue to grow and evolve. That's what they wish for. Then we have the Eight of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands reverse. And we have the King of Cups reverse. So this person knows that sometimes they can show up as a little bit detached, or this could be your energy I'm reading. Take it how it resonates. They do want to like heal that in some way because they know on some level that comes from a wound of like trying to protect themselves. You know what I mean? So they do want to like maybe get outside of their comfort zone and share more of their emotions, or have you share more of your emotions, depending on who's the detached one in this connection. Now, one thing they don't want is for you to turn into the type of couple where it's like you never sleep together. 6 months, years go by without sleeping with each other, where the spark disappears. They don't want to like have that happen. That's like the thing they don't want with the Ace of Wands, Eight of Swords, because that would kind of make them feel a little bit stuck. Like, for them, I don't know if they have like a very high sex drive or what, but it feels like it's not even just about the sex, but it's almost like they just don't want that spark between the two of you to disappear, for you guys to become like roommates or just feel like friends. They don't want the honeymoon period to disappear. What I will say about this, I feel like this person does feel a lot of passion for you, and they don't want that to kind of like dissipate in a way. Not that they think it will, but I think they just don't want to get too comfortable where they stop putting in effort, or you do that, where it's like that spark disappears because of that, or because two people are unhappy in the relationship, then the spark disappears. That's what they don't want. So next we have the Emperor, we have the Two of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. So there's definitely like some kind of big wish here, about where they want to be in the future with you, and they're hoping that that comes true. So I guess that would be about like the future you have together, the happiness you have together, that spark, the peace you feel in the connection. And they want both of you to choose each other, prioritize each other, commit to each other, and have it be a stable, healthy connection. That's what they secretly crave, but never say. So now I'm going to remove these cards and take a look at our next question. I also hear that they have certain fantasies they want to come true, like sexually. And the Lovers was at the back of the deck, which is really cute. They also want to compliment you a lot and receive compliments from you. So what kind of love do they deeply desire but fear asking for? What kind of love do they deeply desire but fear asking for? We have the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like I'm hearing that this person has felt very misunderstood all their life, and they just want to feel understood in their partnership. Like they want both of you to be able to like know each other so well, like the back of your hands, and just understand one another completely. Five of Pentacles reverse and Ten of Swords. They also crave the kind of love where both of you are ambitious, where both of you are going towards your dreams, your goals, like making money, creating stability for yourself, generational wealth. And again, like spoiling each other, but not only loving each other because of the superficial, but that's kind of like the cherry on top. I know it's a little bit of an unrealistic expectation, but I am seeing it here. So this person does sometimes secretly wish they had the kind of love that would just know what they want, would just almost read their mind and give them what they want without even asking. I think this person does have to like at least say what they need or say what they want, because they can't expect you to be a mind reader, but that is what I'm picking up on here. I guess they just want you to be able to know each other so well that you know when the person's sad, you know when the person's stressed out, you can see when the person needs something. It is a little bit of an unrealistic expectation, but it is what I'm seeing here. Now I'm also seeing this energy of like, we can just be ourselves around each other. We hype each other up. We give each other a lot of compliments. Never like dismiss one another or like criticize one another too much or put one another down. It's kind of like this feeling of I want to be free. I want to be open with you. I want to be able to just like say the things that are on my mind without anybody judging me, like just be myself completely in front of you and feel confident, and you feel confident too. That's what they secretly wish for and desire. They also secretly wish and desire for the kind of love that won't betray them, that won't go behind their back or, cheat, lie, do anything that would just like betray them in some way. They want the kind of love they can trust, where they can, let the person do their own thing, you, and not have to like worry that you're doing anything behind their back. So next we have the Ace of Cups showing up reverse. What kind of love do they deeply desire but fear asking for? The Death card and the Three of Wands. They want to start making plans for the future, about like where this connection's headed in the future, and make some changes. Not that they don't like where your connection is already, but these are good changes, like changes you both want in the future. Okay, so they also want to open up their heart to you and have you open up your heart to them and kind of just be able to be vulnerable with one another, open up with the emotions, especially if they are the ones that is kind of detached. They do want to open up, but maybe they're scared too and they want to change that about themselves. Or it's not that they want to change you, but maybe they want you to be able to open up to them if you're the detached one in the connection. I guess what I'm just seeing here is like heart to heart connections, this feeling of feeling so connected to one another and being able to open up emotionally. They secretly desire the type of love that cares so much. Where I'm seeing like examples in my mind's eye of the person asking like, are you hungry? Like, do you need something to eat? Oh, you're sick. Let me take care of you. It's kind of like they want to be taken care of in a way. Maybe acts of service is their love language. If not acts of service, then just the person showing that they care through their words, through their actions, showing care in ways where they want to almost be taken care of and take care of you. And not just have it be one-sided, where it's like we're both pouring into each other, we're both taking care of one another. When one person's battery is low, the other takes care of the other. When the other, same thing. We have the King of Swords. We have the Three of Swords. And we have the Wheel of Fortune reverse. I think for them, they don't want to go through heartbreak. They don't want to like feel unlucky and feel like, every time I get into a relationship, I just get heartbroken. They want the love to finally last and to not break their heart. I'm hearing that song by Janae Aiko where she talks about similar people bringing her the similar kind of pain. It goes like, are you sure we haven't met before? Something like that. So there's something about them meeting like different people before you, and every time they put their hope in someone, like in love, they always got heartbroken, and they don't want to like they don't want to like fear getting their hopes up. They want to be able to have hope and, look forward to things in the connection without getting disappointed or heartbroken after that. So they want this connection to be different than what they've previously experienced. Like, no heartbreak, no pain, no frustration, no disappointment. And they understand that if you accidentally like kind of disappoint one another, um, that happens. They're not gonna like hold a grudge or anything like that. They understand. But what they do want is like communication for both of you to be able to communicate and, understand one another's emotions and take into consideration the other person. So let's say if you communicate something to them that they did something to accidentally hurt you, that they would change that behavior. So that's what I'm seeing there. That's the kind of love they deeply desire. They deeply desire the kind of connection where it's like you can just say anything to the other person. You can just talk to them about anything, your secrets, the things you've been through, your hopes, your dreams, your failures. You can just talk to them about anything and everything. That's the kind of connection they secretly crave. Maybe they like to be mentally stimulated in relationships too. They like conversation. So there's perhaps also a love language here of words of affirmation for them. Now, I am also seeing another energy. I'm seeing this conjointly. So I'm seeing one person go to the other person, I'm late. Um, and they're talking about like being pregnant and the other person being kind of happy inside. So I'm guessing that would be about like secretly wanting a family, wanting children one day. Even if it's not now, maybe that's one day. And if you are already married and do already have children, then I guess maybe they want more, or they're happy with the family they have now. I guess it just depends on the situation and circumstance, like if you both agree on like wanting more children or not. But yeah, that is what I'm seeing right now. They also secretly desire effort from both parts, not half-assed effort, full effort, where it's like you're both making sacrifices, compromises for one another, both putting in effort, and it's not like the person has to beg for it, if that makes sense. That's what I'm getting. So let's remove these cards and move on to the next question. Now we're going to take a look at what they wish you understood about their heart. What do they wish pile number 1 understood about their heart? What they wish pile 1 understood about their heart. So we have the King of Pentacles. Their heart craves to achieve something, to, like leave some kind of legacy for themselves, career-wise. To kind of like be this power couple that almost is limitless, powerful together, where you both are fulfilling your wishes, your dreams. They want more knowledge in some way, but they also want to understand you fully, have you understand them fully. They want the grounded kind of connection, where it's like healthy, it's grounded, it's not like passionate but with ups and downs. Yes, there's still passion there, but no like huge ups and downs. That's not what they want. They want great communication, you guys to be able to just like talk about anything with each other, like I said before. What they wish you understood about their heart is that what they want comes through the things they say, with the Queen of Swords. So they might like sometimes expect you to read their mind, but I do think that they sometimes send you hints of what they want through their words, or they actually tell you what they want. So they want you to kind of like take note of the things they say. Because if you pay attention there, then you will see what they want. I'm seeing the angel number 555. So they do want things to change for the better. Like for you guys to have that future you want together. Queen of Cups reversed. What they want you to understand about their heart is that they could be the one that's detached with the Queen of Cups reverse. They sometimes seem detached, but they care a lot. And they could be the type of person that shows their care through making sure you're physically okay. Making sure that you've eaten, that you've gotten home safe. Things like that. That's how they show their love. And even though they come across as detached, even though they don't talk about emotions a lot, they do want to kind of get outside of their comfort zone and be more romantic. What they also want you to understand about their heart is sometimes you don't have to take their behavior personally, but sometimes when they are acting out, it's coming from this unmet need or this place of like wanting you to understand their emotions. But I think sometimes it comes out in the wrong ways. Of course, I'm not excusing this behavior, but I am reading their perspective here. What they also want you to understand about their heart is they're the type of person that's always planning towards the future, always thinking about the future. Yes, they're able to be present and enjoy what you guys have right now, but they're always thinking about how things will progress and improve over time. Because they don't want to like stay stuck at the same place their whole life. What they also want you to understand about their heart is that they care about your safety. They care about your security financially, but also safety wise. They care that both of you are healthy physically, emotionally, mentally. They care that both of you will be able to live like a long life together, that you'll be able to grow old together. There's something about that, but also like keep you safe. We have the Moon card. We have the Nine of Cups. They also crave truth and authenticity and honesty. Seven of Cups. Even if it were to hurt their feelings, they prefer the truth and a lie that's going to comfort them. So what they want you to understand about their heart, the Moon, Nine of Cups, Seven of Cups, Judgment. They're more emotional than you think, even if they seem detached. I keep seeing the angel number 444 as well. They have more depth in their heart than you realize, but I think, again, they show it through caring about your physical safety, your well-being, all of that. They are also someone with a lot of wishes in their heart of where they wish this love would kind of like blossom to, like where it would grow to. And for them, they're just like putting all their heart and soul into that wish, hoping that it will come true, hoping that things will actually go their way for once. Because this person felt like in love, they were so unlucky. Like every time they got their hopes up, they'd be disappointed. And they just want to feel like, okay, for once, can I just get what I want here? Can this just go my way? Can my wish come true? That's what they want you to know about their heart, that they only want you and they wish for this connection to just grow. But that's all they want. They don't want anything else. All they want is you. So I don't remember what song it was, but there was a song from the Smiths where it kind of like talks about that. Like wanting something and things don't go your way, but like for once can it go my way? That's why I'm mentioning that, because I'm hearing that song, like the kind of melody of it. Okay, so I feel like I've gotten the gist of what's coming out here. What they also want you to understand about their heart is that they might be flawed, that they might have things about them that they'd like to change. And they don't expect you to accept them as they are, if they're showing maybe the worst sides of themselves. They're saying to you that it's okay to call me out. It's okay to set boundaries with me. I want you to respect yourself and not, like, yes, they want you to accept them as they are, but not when they're like showing up in not the best way. Like, they only want you to, like, not that they don't want you to accept them fully, but they don't want you to, like, accept bad behavior from them, if that makes sense. They want you to call them out. They want you to accept them, but not, like, accept bad behavior. I hope I'm making sense. So let's move on to zodiacs and initials now. So let's get some zodiacs. Spirit, please show me some zodiacs for them or the person on their mind. For some reason, I keep seeing the Justice card in my mind, which talks about honesty. You know, following our values in some way. So the first sign we have here is Aquarius. We also have Pisces. I want to get more signs because I have like a lot of houses and planets as always. We do also have Taurus and Sagittarius. Oh, how did this get here? Join my membership. We have Neptune with dreams, illusions, fantasy, idealism, which is also associated with Pisces. Then we have the third house with mind, communication, learning, and that's associated with Gemini. And we have Jupiter with expansion, luck, wisdom, prosperity, that's associated with Sagittarius and Pisces. And we have seventh house with relationships, marriage, contracts, partnership, equality. Maybe they crave marriage if you're not already married. If you are already married, that you stay together, that you don't get divorced. That this relationship lasts in some way and continues to expand. Again, we spoke about communication, them like wanting to look at things in an idealistic way, hoping that things go their way. It also says fantasy here, so that confirms what I said about their fantasies. But this person also kind of has this hero complex in a way, where they want to like save you when you're in bad situations. It almost just feels like they want to fix and solve all your problems. They want to be there for you whenever you need them. And maybe have you kind of like be there for them, support them in return. They don't expect you to save them. But I'm also hearing that song, I Need a Hero. So yeah, there's that strong hero complex present here in the reading. We have A. We have S. We have E. We have A again. We have H. We have Q. We have I. C. U. R. And K. So that is where I'm going to leave your reading. I do hope this resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Pile 2, you chose the rose quartz crystal and the empress card. Let's get straight into your reading. We're going to take a look at what they secretly crave. So spirit guides of pile number 2, please tap me into the energy of the person on pile 2's mind. Please show me, what do they secretly crave from pile 2 but never say? What do they secretly crave from pile 2 but never say? For some reason, I'm seeing Juliet and Romeo in my mind. Maybe they want like a love that almost feels like some kind of story or fairy tale. But I also felt this energy of them wanting... Now, don't take this the wrong way, but I see them wanting like some kind of jealousy from you. Because I heard the word jealousy, but it's not coming through as though they want you to like be possessive over them or to be like overly jealous, but maybe like if they do something, like let's say they're talking to a coworker and you get a little bit jealous, you show a little bit of jealousy. It's like they feel like that shows you care, but if you just like don't care, it shows you don't care. Obviously, like people say jealousy is unhealthy in relationships, but I feel like this person wants it a little bit, like, but not too much to the point where it's toxic. Okay. I guess they just find it hot when like somebody cares enough to get jealous. That's what I'm hearing in my mind. So we have 10 of Wands, Temperance reverse, and Ace of Pentacles. This person wants you to give them your whole heart. They just want you to show that you care through little ways. The little things matter to them. The little things we may overlook. I'm even seeing like little things like, let's say you go out on a date together and you care to dress up in a way and look nice with them. Or I'm seeing this energy of like, you ask them how their day was. Trying to think and channel like what other little things there would be. Just give me a second. Maybe opening the door for them if they're a woman, or vice versa. I'm seeing Pisces energy in my mind's eye, like the two fish. I'm seeing you like straighten their hair or help them like pick out an outfit or something like that. Or like even compliment the way they look. Like give a thoughtful comment, not just like, oh, you look nice, but like, oh, I love your hair, or oh, I love this about your outfit. Little things like you being enthusiastic about seeing them, excited to see them. I'm seeing them like, you know, bake a cake and give you a slice of that cake and you really enjoy it and like show that appreciation for it. Little things like that. Even if the examples don't resonate for your connection, there's little things like that that matter to them, that they secretly crave. So the 10 of Wands here can represent challenge. Not that they want challenge, but I'm hearing, I want you to fight for our connection when it gets hard. I don't want you to run away from our connection when things get hard. I don't want you to leave when things get hard. I feel like this person has some kind of abandonment wound. This one resonates with everybody, but I'm seeing for someone specific, they had a parent that abandoned them and left when things got hard, possibly because of a difficult relationship with the other parent. And so there's this feeling here of like, when things get difficult, you prove your love to me by staying, by working through this problem with me and not giving up on me or abandoning me. They want affection, playful banter, hugs, jokes, kind of like banter in the way where you kind of like annoy each other a little bit, but in a funny way. But not like too much. They want you to be patient with them and not rush them in any way. I don't know what that's about specifically, but I'm getting different examples. So for some of you, it's about the relationship, like letting them go at it at their own pace. For some of you, it's like, okay, maybe they take long to get ready and they want you to not rush them. For some of you, it's like sexual, where it's like they don't want you to rush them to finish or something like that. That's what I'm seeing. I keep seeing this energy of appreciating their beauty or handsomeness, depending on the gender of this person. Give them like a lot of compliments. I feel like this person does love themselves already, and they do hype themselves up already, but it's nice coming from the person you love. The thing is, they don't want like compliments from other people. They want compliments from you. They don't care if any other guy or girl compliments them because it's not from you. It's almost like this energy of, I don't care like about messages from like any other person. I want you to message me. So I feel like there's that energy present here in the reading. They want flirtation, for you to do little things like whisper in their ear what you want to do to them. They want like a little bit of dirty talk. And they might even like gift giving, or for you to kind of like give them money to do something. So for example, I'm seeing somebody like want money to go do their nails or to go do their hair if they're a woman. Or maybe like, if I keep it gender neutral, like maybe sending them money to get lunch or something like that, like something thoughtful. It's not even just about like the money, but it's about like the thoughtfulness behind it. Like, here you go, like you don't have to worry about it today, I got you. It's more about that energy than the money, because I don't feel like they want like to use you or anything like that, but it's more about like Here, I got you. Like, it shows you care, you know? We have the world reverse. It shows you kind of like want to take care of them that day. We have the Eight of Cups reverse. Oh no, upright. And then we have the Seven of Swords. They don't want you to leave, but if you were to break up, I know this sounds a little bit strange, but if you were to break up, they would want you to like never be able to forget them and almost like beg for them back. And like, I feel like they read a lot of like romance books and watch a lot of romance movies where they're like a sucker for like those kind of storylines, like where two people like keep coming back to each other and keep finding each other again. Not that they want you guys to break up, because in fact I get the actual opposite, that they don't want you to leave. But if circumstances were to tear you apart, they wouldn't want you to get over them. They also don't want you to like do anything behind their back, be untrustworthy, to cheat on them, lie on them, betray them, anything like that. They don't want that. We have the Hanged Man reverse. So I guess they want loyalty. They want to be able to trust you. They want you guys to stay together and not leave when things get uncomfortable or when things get hard. We have the Hangman reverse, the Knight of Swords, and the King of Swords. I'm seeing a wolf in my mind's eye, which does represent loyalty, which we just spoke about. So I feel like there's a double message there. I feel like loyalty is very important to them. It's like the most important thing in relationships, and like not giving up on the love you have. I get that they like care a lot about like you may be like flirting with them a lot, dirty talking them a lot. Like they want you to kind of like tell them what you want to do to them. That's what they secretly crave. But then they want you to actually do it. They also want you to take action on the things you say you're gonna do. Not just like sexually or flirtation wise, but like if you promise them something, they want you to follow through on that promise. They don't expect you to do much for them. In fact, they don't expect much from you. They just want you both to stay together and, you know, have that beautiful kind of connection and have romance there and have you give them your heart and vice versa. They're not asking for much, but if you do promise something, they expect you to at least follow up on that. Or if you say you're going to do something. The Hangman reverse is also about like understanding each other's perspectives, even in difficult moments, even in conflicts. Even though you guys have very both different perspectives, we need to be able to like meet each other at the level we're both at and compromise somewhere. Is there anything else they secretly crave from pile 2 but never say? I heard they want you to meet their love languages, so I'm going to ask what that is. I'm going to try see clairvoyantly. So the Hermit, the Devil, and Ace of Wands reverse. I'm hearing the word praise. So they love compliments. They love praise. I feel like words of affirmation are one of their love languages. And it's not even just like about the compliment or the ego boost, but it's about you noticing them. And it's about you finding them beautiful or you finding them handsome. I think sometimes they have insecurities with the Ace of Wands reverse of you not finding them attractive. So they want you like to show that you're always attracted to them, that you always like will never like get bored of them or bored of the way they look or bored of like the intimacy in the bedroom. Like they want that to always be present. Not that you're always going to be like feeling turned on by them, but like they want you to never like lose your attraction to them. That's what's coming through. So they kind of want reassurance through the compliment that you haven't lost your attraction to them or gotten bored of them. Their love language is someone that does something, doesn't talk so much and say, oh, I'm going to do this and oh, I'm going to do this, but actually does it. Their love language is like someone taking charge and just doing the thing they asked or doing the thing they wanted them to do. And their love language are in the little things I mentioned before, like at the beginning of the reading. I get that this person is also someone like with a very sexual side to them, that part of their love language is that too. So I feel like that's kind of straightforward. I feel like this person also wants independence within this connection, wants you to be able to have your own lives outside of each other and, to be able to give each other alone time when it's needed. Not that they want space, but they kind of like want you to be able to have your own time to do your own thing. But when you're doing your own thing, they kind of don't want silence. They want you to at least check up on them once every few hours to check how they're doing, not to just not care. Like, let's say they're going out with their friends. They want you to at least message them every few hours and check that they're okay. That's what they secretly crave. So let's take a look at the next question now. I feel like this person knows that they're not too complicated, that they're not asking for too much. They just want the little things, like I said before. I'm also hearing dates. They like going on dates. Even if they never ask for it, they like it. Like, even if you've been together 30 years, like, there must still be romance present. There must still be, like, dates that you go on. So what kind of love do they deeply desire but fear asking for? What kind of love do they deeply desire but fear asking for? We have the Sun. They crave a friendship in a love. Like someone that's going to be their best friend, somebody that's going to be their companion, somebody that's going to make them laugh, somebody that's going to hug them, at the worst moment and support them at the worst moment and be there for them at the best moments and celebrate with them at the best moments. Like, be there with them through the ups and downs and never leave. The Lovers. The Seven of Cups. They crave the kind of connection where it's like you guys can be best friends. I'm seeing the Notebook in my mind's eye. So I guess they're a sucker for romance and love and like the kind of love you see in love movies, in like romance movies. I know the Notebook, their dynamic was kind of like playful. They kind of like had that puppy love, if I can say it like that. But they also had like a kind of toxic side to their love. I don't think they want that. I think I'm seeing like the good parts of their dynamic. Because when I'm seeing the Notebook, I'm seeing like the parts where they're like playful with each other, the good parts of their dynamic, not the bad parts. They also want the kind of love that is respectful from both sides, the kind of love that never dies in attraction, like for one another. And still for some mystery to be present that brings attraction and passion, if that makes sense. I'm not sure what that mystery is, but I just heard that. They want to feel desired. They also want the kind of love that's very affectionate physically. Full of hugs, kisses, like romance. They want to be appreciated and worshipped for their beauty with Aphrodite here. Or for their handsomeness. Maybe not worshipped literally, but you get what I mean. They want a love that feels fated, that feels meant to be. That, to be honest, other people are jealous of. That's what I just heard. They want the kind of love other people wish for, but maybe like feel jealous of. I'm seeing matching tattoos for some reason that isn't applicable for everybody. I'm even seeing like little things like you complimenting the way they smell when they put on perfume. Or like noticing when their favorite perfume has run out and getting it for them. Like little things like that. Back scratches, back rubs. Even like doing like couple activities together. You guys don't have to like go on expensive dates all the times, but like, going on a picnic or like doing something cute together like that. That's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. Even going on like a walk together, just spending time together. They want you to realize what they want and need and give it to them in a way and them give that to you back in return. They want to smell your scent every time like they hold you close. And when you guys do have your conflicts, they want the kind of love that is like, okay, let's stop fighting. Let's calm down. Let's truce. Like, They want that. So let's see what else comes up here. We have the Five of Pentacles showing up reverse. We have the Six of Pentacles. They want an equal partnership where it's not like one person is overgiving and one person's just receiving. They want like some kind of equal partnership where it's like we both give to each other. It's not like we're just taking from one another and not giving back. They want generosity. They want the kind of partner that's generous, that's not stingy. Ace of Wands reverse. And not the kind of partner that's going to look elsewhere at other people and not be attracted to them. That is unforgivable to them, like a wandering eye. That's something they absolutely don't want in a relationship. Like a wandering eye or somebody that's always looking elsewhere. The Chariot. They want like both of you to feel satisfied in this connection and not need to look elsewhere. The Chariot, the Ten of Swords, and the Six of Wands reverse. I keep seeing that they don't want you to get bored of them. Four of Cups at the back of the deck. That's confirmation, because the Four of Cups can be about like a dissatisfaction, a boredom in the connection, but they don't want that. That's like the last thing they want. I guess that's one of their fears, like someone getting bored of them and just disposing of them like they're nothing. They want you to be there for them when they're sad and like hold them. Because I see them like crying and you like holding up their chin and like hugging them in some way. When you can see they're tired and they're stressed out, being like, oh, don't worry, I got this. Let me do this for you. That's what they also secretly desire in a connection. They also secretly desire connection, not without problems, because they understand that every connection goes through its ups and downs, but it's like how we deal with that. Are we able to get through it together? Are we able to stick together like a team and get through it together and stick together even in the hard moments? That's what they secretly desire. And they don't want anybody to go outside the marriage, partnership, relationship, whatever this is, situationship. They want loyalty. They also want your body language, your demeanor towards them to show that you're interested. Again, not getting bored of them. Four of Cups, that keeps coming up. Two of Swords, the Queen of Swords. Two of Swords, Queen of Swords is like you doing the things you say you're going to do, making that choice and sticking to it, keeping the promises you made that I spoke about before. Three of Swords, Queen of Cups, King of Wands reverse, the Moon, King of Cups reverse, and Four of Swords. They want depth in a connection, like emotional depth, but they also don't want clinginess. So the thing is, this person doesn't mind a little bit of clinginess here and there, but they don't want like the person to be like so clingy where they can't like go to work, where they can't do their own thing, where they can't hang out with friends. Like they at least want like some level of freedom in the connection. They crave the kind of partnership where it's like, even when we're mad at each other, we'll do little things for each other. Not the kind of connection where it's like we're mad at each other and we ignore each other and we don't speak for days. It's like even when we're mad at each other, we're like, fine, I'll do this for you. But it's like we're still doing it, you know? They don't want to get heartbroken. They don't want you to break their heart. And I guess they just want peace, like in your connection and depth. Another thing I see is that they've seen couples turn into couples that always fight, couples that start hating each other. They don't want that to happen. They don't want like awkwardness between the two of you. If you guys do have conflicts, they want passion, chemistry, like no awkwardness in a connection where it's like there's no chemistry, where it's like these two don't match with each other. Like they want it to be like, okay, you can see that they're in love with each other, like from the outside perspective. Like you can see that they have chemistry together. That's the kind of romance they want. So what they wish you understood about their heart. What do they wish pile 2, sorry. What do they wish pile 2 understood about their heart? The High Priestess reverse. What they wish you understood about their heart is that they have trust issues, that they've been hurt before. But it doesn't mean that they don't trust you. It just means that they're a little bit guarded, that they're a little bit afraid. But they want you to make them feel secure, and then they won't feel the need to not trust you. So if you give them reassurance, if you make them feel secure, if you make them feel deeply desired, if you make them feel like you're not going elsewhere, like you're not looking elsewhere, they will never not trust you. If you make them feel like you can be trusted, they will never not trust you. If you make them feel like you'll stick by their side no matter what, they'll believe that you'll stay, even though they have that abandonment wound. The Page of Swords, the Lovers, and the Strength card. What they want you to understand about their heart is sometimes people think like maybe this person would want something a little bit more superficial or a little bit more, I don't know what word to use, but I'll say superficial, but that's not the case. Like, this person is attracted to things you might not even realize. Like, let's say you say certain things to them about what you learned, and you show maybe a little bit of a nerdy side of yourself, they'd be attracted to that. Or let's say you make them laugh, they'd be attracted to that. I'm seeing those kind of things. What they want you to also understand about their hearts is that they are strong, but that they don't want to be strong in this connection. They want to be soft. They don't want to be heartbroken over and over again where they have to keep being strong. They want to be your little baby and be comforted and be held and not have to be soft. I mean, not have to be strong. They want to be soft. That's what I see here. Their heart craves that you listen to them, that you show up on time, that you keep your promises you've made. Again, they don't expect much, but they just crave romance. They're a lover at heart. They're a lover girl, lover boy, and that's what their heart craves you understand. We have the Six of Cups. I'm seeing little things their heart craves, let's say you're at a restaurant together and you're all hanging out with your friends are all there, and let's say you just whisper in their ear that they're so gorgeous that you need them right now, meet them in the bathroom. They crave little passionate moments like that, their heart. What their heart wants you to know is that they don't want anybody else from their past. They don't miss anybody else from their past. They also don't care that you have a past. You've probably been with other people in the past. That's okay. They probably don't want to hear about it, but they're okay with it. They're not gonna judge you for it. They're not jealous unless you make them feel threatened, unless you make them feel like somebody else has a chance to steal you away. You know what I mean? What their heart also wants you to know is that they're very observant. They notice the little things, like I said before. They also like a little bit of confidence, a little bit of cockiness, but not too much. So I'm just getting repeats of the same messages of them wanting to be desired, of them wanting those things I spoke about before, those little things. So I think now I'm just going to move on to zodiacs and initials because I don't want to make this repetitive and boring. So let's get the zodiacs first. I'm also seeing them scan you the whole time, observe you the whole time, trying to see what you're feeling, trying to see what you're thinking, observing your facial features, the whole time because they just find you so attractive, observing your facial expressions to see how you're feeling in the moment. So first we have Virgo. Then we have Capricorn. Sorry. Then we have Sun energy, which is linked to Leo, and it says ego, identity, self-expression. This is about like them liking cockiness in a person, but not too much. But also like wanting the person to give them an ego boost a little bit. I'm seeing the angel number 555. So that represents positive changes. We have Chiron here with the wounded healer. So it's not that they expect you to heal their wounds, but they don't want you to like dig a deeper hole in their wounds. Like you already know what's hurt them before. They don't want you to like hurt a wound that's already been hurt and make the wound bigger. They want you to at least like tend to their wounds, Aquarius, but they don't expect you to heal it for them. But they do want a healing love. And we have Pisces. These two signs also came up in Pile 1. We also have the 11th house. Oh, how did this get here? Join my membership. And we have the 10th house. Okay, so with the 11th house, that's exactly what I spoke about. Like wanting the kind of love that feels like a friendship, that feels like a best friend. And they also like want both of you to show each other off on social media, because the 11th house is also about social media, but also give each other time to have like your own friendships outside the connection. Then with the career energy here with 10th house, this is also linked to Capricorn. They want to be able to like focus on their career, like you focus on your career, have your own independence outside the connection. So initials. So we have X, we have A, I, A, K, O, Y. I'm seeing the name Aya here, Kaya, Z, I. So that is what I have for you. I do hope this reading resonated. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Pile 3, you chose the Dream Amethyst Crystal and the Two of Cups card. So we're taking a look at what they secretly crave. Let's get straight into your reading. So the first thing I'm getting clairvoyantly is that they crave the kind of connection where it's like you get along with their family and their family likes you. I think that's very important to them, that family, like both families like the person, and that your family accepts and loves them, and that they have a good relationship with your family members, because family is everything to them. So that's a very important thing for them. Like if maybe they had a bad relationship with like a parent of yours, it would just be very difficult for them. I don't know if they've experienced that before, or if they've just seen that like with other people, that they don't want that. But yeah, family is very important to them. Now, another thing I'm seeing for some of you is that this is a twin flame connection. And for others of you, what was I seeing now? Just trying to remember. Oh, I was seeing this energy of like wanting to take the relationship step by step and not rush into it. And kind of like just appreciate the moment we have now and not rush the connection. So we have the Queen of Cups showing up first. Spirit guides of Pile 3. What do they secretly crave from Pile 3 but never say? We have the Death card and we have the Ace of Cups. So they secretly crave partnership, companionship, the kind that lasts. They also secretly crave for you to open up to them and not hide your emotions from them or show detachedness. Like, they don't like nonchalance in a relationship. They want you to show that you care. If you, I don't know if you do this or not, but some of you think that like acting like you don't care will get them to like you. That will actually do the opposite. So they want you to show that you care, not pretend that you don't. I'm not saying you do that, but that's just a message for some of you. They crave to go with the flow, without expectation of where this is leading to. They do want a partnership and something that is going to last, but they don't want to like put too much pressure on expectations on this that we miss the magical moment. Does that make sense? It's not that they don't want commitment. They do want that, but they don't want to like miss the magical moment that you have together by putting too much pressure on what this could be, because I do think that this person has a lot of wishes about like where this connection would lead to. But they don't want to like put too much pressure by wishing too hard. Because this person is the type of person where like they have wishes for what they want in love, but they don't want to like wish too hard in case they might jinx it, if that makes sense. So we have the Ten of Swords. What do they secretly crave but never say? The Devil and the Three of Pentacles. They secretly crave the kind of partnership where even when you go through difficulties, you're able to work together as a team, communicate, compromise, see where the other person's coming from, and sort of obsess over the connection to the point where we're both obsessing and it's not like one-sided. This is a type of person that likes grand gestures. So I don't know if some of you have been wondering, like, is this person more simplistic or do they like grand gestures? I'm seeing grand gestures. So what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is like, you know, like how the Kardashians sometimes like post all the roses they're getting from the partner they're dating, and it's like so many roses where it's almost like grandiose and extreme. I'm seeing that in my mind's eye. Of course, this person doesn't expect it to be that extreme, like the Kardashian level, but I feel like something about that is showing up for me clairvoyantly. So this person wants somebody that is almost going to be like, not necessarily a savior to them, but if they're a woman, they kind of want somebody that's going to jump in and almost like be like that Prince Charming, because I'm seeing that scene in Shrek where he gives her like that handkerchief and he's like, this is a token of my something like that. I don't know what he said exactly, but I'm seeing that scene where he kind of like rescues her from the tower. If this is a man, then maybe they want to do that for you. So take it how it resonates, but that's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. Okay, I think this person has some insecurities about aging, because in my mind's eye, I'm seeing them like put on a lot of like creams obsessively, almost to the point where they don't want to see a wrinkle. That's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye, and it's almost like they don't want you to lose attraction for them even as they age. It kind of reminds me of that song by Lana Del Rey that goes like, will you still love me when I'm no longer young and beautiful? So maybe they want and crave a love that will love them even as they age, will still feel attracted to them and the same amount of obsession and lust for them as when they were younger. A love that will never like switch up and change on them out of nowhere, or like decide one day that they no longer love them. They want you to be able to sense when something is off with them. They also crave your validation but never say it, and your reassurance. They may even sometimes crave affection physically but never say it out loud. They crave for you to say that you care. Not just say that you care, but like tell them things that are kind of like romantic. So I'm seeing like love letters in my mind's eye, which doesn't have to be like a literal love letter, but could be. But it's just like words of affirmation, telling them the things they want to hear. Like romantic things that are just coming from your heart. They're not necessarily expecting you to say something specific, but they just want you to speak from your heart. So we have the Ace of Swords reversed, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. They do crave a little bit of like fun mischievousness where you can kind of like have a little bit of banter with each other but not go too far with it where it's becoming like mean. But they like a little bit of mischief and like funny moments and connections. They crave your complete honesty when they ask your opinion on something. So let's say they ask your opinion on something they're wearing. They want you to tell them the truth, not in a harsh way, but tell them the truth, not lie to them for you to like spare their feelings in some way. But obviously in a nice way. Like, let's say you don't like the outfit they're wearing. Maybe don't say, I don't like it, but say, oh, I really liked this that you wore last week. You know, it made your body look so good. It suited you so much. Why don't you wear that? Instead of like insulting the outfit they're currently wearing. Does that make sense? They crave effort. Although they like grandiose gestures, it's not that important to them where if they didn't have that, they wouldn't be happy. They just crave effort from your part to show that you care, to show that you're willing to put that in for them. And they want you to show that with your actions, but also your words. They want you to shoot your shot with them if you haven't yet. They're waiting for you to do that. They don't want to do that. Maybe they're a little bit shy. They also want you to express to them how lucky you are to have them. Like almost make them feel like they're the prize. So we have the Four of Swords. We have the Magician. We have the King of Pentacles. And it's not like just gonna be one-sided. Like, of course, when you make them feel that way, they're gonna make you feel that way too. It's almost like if they get like hurt physically, whether it's just like, you know, getting like a small cut or burn on their hand or, you know, falling and scraping their knee, they almost like want you to baby them in that moment and like tend to them in that moment and make sure they're physically okay, even if it's like a small cut or a small burn, like kiss the wound in some way. That could either be physical or metaphoric, like kissing their emotional wounds in some way, or their physical wounds. They also secretly crave peace but pleasure, and for you to want to crave them in some way. Like for you to tell them like, oh, I miss you and actually make a plan to see them. For you to like actually like want that partnership that they want to. They don't want to like say, okay, this is what I want and you give it to them. They want you to want that yourself too. It's like they don't want you to force they don't want to force you to do the things that they want from you. They want you to genuinely want to do that yourself. So let's move on to the next question because I feel like that's kind of straightforward. What kind of love do they deeply desire to have but fear asking for? What kind of love do they deeply desire to have but fear asking for? So we have the Knights of Swords. They want you to be patient with them, I'm hearing, even in moments when they're like not understanding something. Like, let's say you're explaining something to them and they don't quite understand it yet. They want you to be patient with them. They want a love that's almost like soft in a way, but also deeply sensual. What I'm seeing in my mind's eye is, you know, like how in the Bible, it's like, oh, be patient, be kind, like that kind of line in the Bible, I'm seeing it. So I don't know if I'm picking up on someone religious because I'm literally seeing that line in my mind's eye, where they almost like want a love that's going to bring them closer to God or, you know, whatever higher power they believe in, even if it's not like them being religious, maybe it's them being spiritual and wanting a love that feels deeply spiritual and deeply connected, where it's like you can talk about your spiritual beliefs and sort of like that kind of energy. They're also kind of like praying that they will never have to cut you off or cut you out of their life because of you being toxic or hurting them, so that's what they don't want. They want you to take action and to not question what you're doing. Like, even if you do something for them and it's like you question whether they will like it or not, They don't care. They just appreciate the thoughtfulness of the action. Like, even if you do something for it and it's not their absolute favorite or it's not necessarily what they're craving, they don't care. They just appreciate the thoughtfulness behind you doing that gesture for them. So that's what I see from them. We have the Eight of Pentacles. It's just about effort and it's just about taking action. That it doesn't matter what the action is, it's just the thought that counts to them. So, Eight of Pentacles, the Devil, the Death card. Yeah, again, like they don't want this to end because of toxicity, because of you not being able to work through any issues you have together. They want you to shoot your shot with them. I keep seeing that. So we have the Three of Cups, we have the Ten of Swords. So in my mind's eye, I'm seeing this energy of like them, you know, like fixing themselves in the mirror, right? And you come to them and you're picking them up, or vice versa. And like spinning them around in a circle while picking them up. I'm seeing like cute things like that. That's what they crave. They crave to like be adored in a relationship. And I'm hearing the song Tattooed Heart by Ariana Grande. So maybe they crave the kind of love that stays in your heart forever. I'm seeing them as like a grandma or grandpa, like tell your grandkids about like your happy memories together. Maybe that's the kind of love they crave, like the type of love where you grow old together. And you're like passing down those stories to your grandkids, if that's applicable. I'm even seeing like taking photos of each other and taking nice photos and like showing physical appreciation for the way the person looks in the photo. So this person gets very frustrated when somebody doesn't follow their instructions. So they just want you to listen to them, like when they tell you to do something. They don't want to have to go through the process of getting frustrated for you to do it properly, if that makes sense. They crave the kind of connection that's real, but also magical in some way. I don't think they want like anything that's unrealistic, but they still want like the magic to be there in your connection. I feel like they crave your touch, like they desire the kind of love that's going to obsess over their body and want to like touch them in a sensual way. They also crave the kind of love that's like partner in crime kind of energy, and the kind of love that's going to be observant over them and remember little things about them. They also crave thoughtfulness in their relationships, reassurance. They want someone that's like almost going to inspire them, be their muse. I don't know if they're creative, but I'm seeing artistry in my mind's eye. Even if not that, I'm seeing like you maybe like appreciate them for not only what they do for you, but like show some kind of praise for the things they are talented at. Like they want somebody that's gonna like notice those little things about them. Even seeing like, let's say they cut their hair, they want somebody that's like gonna notice they cut their hair. Or let's say they got their eyebrows done, they want the person to notice that. Not just physically, but like things they do too, like maybe they do something for you. They want you to notice it and thank them. I see something about like wearing matching outfits in my mind's eye and taking like lots of pictures together and of each other. I'm even seeing like traveling together and like having a dog together or like some kind of pet together. That's the kind of love they crave. They also crave the kind of love that prioritizes them. So it's not that they don't want you to see your friends, but they don't want you to prioritize your friends over them or to prioritize your career over them. Like, of course, your career is important. They don't want you to neglect that, but they don't want to be like the last thing on your list to do, literally, physically, but also to spend time with. Okay, so let's take a look at what else we can get here. And then we're going to move to the next question. So we have the 10 of Cups, we have the 3 of Wands, and we have the 6 of Cups. They want you to reassure them when they're afraid. When they're scared, like, be there for them. But also push them to not be scared. Not only like in the relationship, like if they have fears about the relationship, they want you to reassure them, but also like things they want to do for themselves. They want you to kind of like tell them they can do it. You know, like almost not give them a confidence boost per se, but almost remind them of their strengths or remind them that they're capable even in moments when they don't feel they believe in themselves. You know what I mean? They also want you to make plans for the future and to tell them about like where your head is at. Of course, they don't want you to like rush into the connection with them and miss the magical moments, but they want you at least to be open and honest about what you want in the future. And they also want you to be honest about your past and not lie to them about anything. They crave fulfillment in love, for both of you to be fulfilled. I'm seeing like family be very important to them, so they may crave like wanting a family themselves. And I feel like they're a sucker for happy endings. Like they want to be able to look back at the life they've lived and feel happy with the life they've lived with you. That's what I see. So if your connection is not that serious, it's okay, but I feel like they do want a love where it's like you grow old together. I'm also hearing, I wish you undressed for me. So there may be like sexual desires yet too. And I feel like they want to make you, if you can read between the lines, they want to like pleasure you. So what they wish you understood about their heart. What do they wish pile 3 understood about their heart? So we have the Sun card. We have the 3 of Swords. And we have the Fool. So they're saying, I'm not a complicated person to please. All I want is effort and thoughtfulness. Like I said before, I see them saying to you from their heart, like, I don't care what you do for me. I just care about the thought behind the action. I just care that you cared enough to actually do that thing for me. So for them, it's like they're not a complex person. They're actually very simple to understand, simplistic in a way. Their wants are simplistic. They just want effort. That's all. It doesn't even really matter what it is. They're also saying that they're not hard to understand. Like, they're trying to make it easy for you to love them. They're trying to make it easy for you to understand them and understand what they want. I feel like they want adventure. Their heart craves that, like adventure, travel, for you guys to have like that young love even when you're old. For you guys to like go and do things and be active and not just sit at home all the time. Not that they mind sitting at home. Sometimes they enjoy that. But sometimes they want like a little bit of adventure and for you guys to like feel free together in some way. To like explore the things you want to do together. Try new things together and not get too comfortable where it's like the same old routine every day. It's like, let's go try this new restaurant together, or let's try this new thing together, or let's go travel to this place we've never seen before. That's what I'm getting here in the energy that their heart wants. What their heart wishes you understands is that they've been heartbroken before and that they don't want to get heartbroken again. They just want a happy love, and they don't think that's too much to ask for. Like, in fact, they don't want to ask for too much. They just want at least the bare minimum and a little bit more. Not saying that you should only put in the bare minimum, that they want their standards to be met, but they also don't want to ask for too much. They want to at least like have you put in like above the bare minimum, or like raise their standards in some way. Make them see that they're not asking for too much or wanting too much. I think that maybe before they asked for things in previous relationships and people made them feel like they were asking for too much, but maybe they just wanted the bare minimum at that time. And I feel like now they're raising their standards, but not wanting to raise it too much where it's unrealistic in a way. So we have the Star. So I'm having a memory come back to me that I even forgot about. And sometimes this happens in readings because it's like Spirit is showing me like a memory of mine as a vision for you guys. And I even forgot about this, which tells me that it's like a real vision. So I'm seeing some kind of like memory between me and a best friend I had, like a childhood best friend. And we would like make songs together when we were kids, like primary school kids. I'm not gonna like tell you what the song is, but because I don't want to embarrass myself because it sounds silly. But there's just something about like that childhood feeling coming back to me of like, let's play, let's have fun together. And it makes sense because the sun is here, which is all about like childlike joy. So it's like they want you to both feel young at heart, to feel like you're almost best friends in a way, to feel like you're doing things together and you're young at heart. And even as you grow old, you're still gonna like do fun things together. Maybe their heart craves to tell you that they're young at heart, that they'll always be this way, that they're a free spirit, that they need like freedom, adventure, all that, but also a best friend in you. They want to look back at the memories fondly as well. That's what their heart craves. Their heart wishes that you understood that they want to heal. They don't want to have to like continue to heal from the same wounds over and over again. They want to heal and finally be done with that and feel happy with their life and not have to continue healing from something. Not have to continue going through hardship and pain. They don't want struggle love anymore. They also don't want to have to prove themselves or prove their worth. They want you to be able to see their worth, even in moments where sometimes they don't see it themselves. Their heart wants you to understand that sometimes they seem detached, but they do care. It's just because they've been hurt so many times that sometimes it's hard for them to open up in some way. What their heart also wishes you understood is sometimes they feel very insecure and sometimes they feel like they're not worthy, but they want to feel worthy of a good love. A love that is healed in some way, not unhealed. We have the Four of Wands reverse. We have the Page of Cups reverse. And we have the Page of Wands. So what they also want you to understand from their heart is that they don't have commitment issues. They don't have any problem with commitment. In fact, they want the love that lasts forever. But they want to take each moment as it comes and live in the moment and again, like not put too much expectation on where this is leading. I feel like they want to have fun in the moment with you and almost be carefree, like that childhood joy I was speaking about. I'm seeing it again with the two pages here. So I'm seeing like this couple dancing in my mind and they're doing like, I think the tango and like the one person is like bringing the other person closer. So what their heart wishes you understood about them is that they want you to pull them closer, not push them away. And even in moments where they seem like let's say you guys have a fight or something and they're like, leave me alone. They don't want you to actually leave them alone. They want you to pull them closer. We have the Emperor, we have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, this is what I was speaking about. Like, if I tell you don't leave me alone, it doesn't mean leave me alone. It means pull me closer. So the Hierophant reverse. They also wish you understood from their heart that they don't want to like tell you something they want a million times and not get it, which they've experienced in previous relationships. And if they had to go through that, they would leave, because even though sometimes they feel like they don't know their worth, they don't want to go through that. So if they ask you for something once, they want you to listen and not have to like ask a million times before you listen. Does that make sense? They know they're not perfect, but they want you to love them for who they are and accept them for who they are and stick by their side in each and every moment. So I think that's the gist of what I see there. Let's now pull your zodiac signs and initials. I'm so glad I did this reading because this was overwhelmingly positive and I loved all the messages that came through. So firstly, I'm hearing Cancer in my mind's eye. Some of you could be Cancers, or this person could be. Sorry about these cards. So the first sign we have is Libra. Oh, we have Cancer. I love that. We have Uranus with individuality, breaking of norms and change. We have the ninth house with spirituality, higher learning, travel. We spoke about travel, wisdom, philosophy, religion, ethics. So this is associated with Aquarius. This is associated with Sag. We have Aries. We have Sagittarius. I'm also hearing, I want you to love me even if we have differences. Even if we have differences in opinion, belief, I want you to like still respect my opinion and not try to change it. Even if we have different opinions on like what decision I should make, I still want you to respect my decision. There's something about that coming through. Taurus, like even if we disagree on things, we need to like respect each other through it. Oh, how did this get here? Join my membership. We have Jupiter with expansion, luck, wisdom, and prosperity. Third house with mind, communication, learning, and siblings. And I think that's all I'm going to pull. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that this person is kind of like someone that craves a spiritual kind of connection. The kind of connection where you can talk about like deep conversations and topics and subjects and like different things like conspiracy theories, aliens, spirituality, religion, like all those things. They want travel. They want like a connection that is outside the norm. So that could look different for some of you. For some of you, it's like maybe not having kids and, you know, getting married and having your pet babies. For some of you, it's like maybe we travel a lot together. Whatever it is, I know it kind of contradicts what I said earlier about like growing old together, grandchildren, but I'm reading for many people here, so just take what resonates for you. I just feel like this person always wants communication. They never want to feel like you guys are like just like under the same roof together, never speaking. They don't want that. They also don't want tension in your connection. So when there is tension arising, they want you to both address things and not sweep it under the rug, because they believe that through addressing those things, we can expand and grow together and understand one another better, what the other person needs and desires. Because through each conflict and fight, there's a desire that's unmet. So that's how they're seeing it. And I think it makes sense that we have like Libra, Sagittarius, Aries here. Even the ninth house, because we were speaking about those themes of like wanting freedom, wanting travel, maybe like something unconventional. So we have Y, we have Q. For some reason, I'm smelling like McDonald's fast food. Maybe they like getting fast food with you, J, or eating with you. Z, A, E. I'm also seeing like the inside of a plane where the flight attendant is like offering food. I'm seeing that in my mind's eye. I'm also hearing like when I lecture you, it's not because I want to fight, it's because I'm trying to like get you to understand my point. So D, A, C, R, K, P, X. I'm also seeing a frustration here of like, If I asked you to do something like maybe take out the trash or to do this, I don't know what it is. I'm just using trash as an example, but like they want you to do it like that moment, not like wait an hour and go do it. T and S. And I'm hearing timing is everything. So that is where I'm going to leave the reading. I do hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time.